Qui-Gon Jinn's death during the climactic Duel of the Fates battle in the Phantom Menace was impactful for a number of reasons, both to fans and to the galaxy as a whole. Many of us have seen the video of Filoni breaking down the impact that Qui-Gon's death had on Anakin and his destiny. His death revealed to the Jedi that the Sith were back, and that they're a very real threat, capable of killing Jedi. As the first Jedi to die from a Sith in centuries, and paired with the shocking revelation that the Sith are back, emotions were likely running rampant in the Jedi Temple. But because Attack of the Clones picks up a decade later, we never got to see any reaction beyond the funeral scene. However, now we'll get to see the immediate impact of his death in a new Star Wars novel titled The Glass Abyss, coming summer 2024. Jedi Master Mace Windu travels to a dangerous, remote planet on a mission that challenges even his deadly prowess, all to fulfill Qui-Gon's last request. The Jedi are reeling from Qui-Gon Jinn's sudden death at the hands of a Sith. Jedi Master Mace Windu's feelings about Qui-Gon have always been complicated, and have not been made any simpler in death. While they often disagreed, Mace valued Qui-Gon's unique perspective, and their shared dedication to the Force made them allies. Without Qui-Gon and his unorthodox views, Mace feels out of balance. While considering his fallen friend's legacy, Mace is surprised to receive a final message from Qui-Gon, marked to be delivered to Mace on the event of Qui-Gon's death. The message contains a last request, a plea to help the Outer Rim planets of Metagos. Many years ago, a violent solar flare transformed the surface of the desert planet into a landscape of irradiated glass, as beautiful as it is dangerous. Now, most of the surviving inhabitants live underground, where rival clans fight to control the planet's limited resources. As a young Jedi, Qui-Gon protected the Sa'ad farming clan from the planet's less scrupulous factions. The Sa'ad practiced the art of dreamweaving, retaining their waking minds upon sleep in order to communicate and coexist with the wild creatures around them. Qui-Gon vowed to return if they ever required his aid, but now it falls to Mace to fulfill the promise. The Sa'ad's leader, Kinshan Nightbird, has begged for the Jedi's help in freeing Megatos from the crime lords who threaten to eradicate her people's way of life. Intent on fulfilling Qui-Gon's final wishes, Mace travels to Megatos and infiltrates the enemies of the Sa'ad. But as the Jedi Master investigates the intricate web of adversaries and allies, Mace finds himself pushed to the boundaries of the Jedi Code, challenging his beliefs and his relationship to the Force itself. Even though I haven't been keeping up with some of the latest Star Wars books, this one does interest me a lot, reminding me both of Padawan and Brotherhood, two other prequel novels that were released recently. Mace Windu has never been one of my favorite characters from the era, but the novel looks like it'll do a lot to flesh out the character and show what he was like before the war. We'll get to see how Qui-Gon's death and the reveal of the Sith was dealt with in the Jedi Order, and how it impacted different people. Because of the way the announcement references Qui-Gon as a young Jedi helping the farmers, it feels likely that there will be some flashbacks in the story. Despite limited screen time, Qui-Gon has always stood out to me as one of my favorite Jedi because of how unique he is. His approach to the Force and doing good in the galaxy feels very different compared to the rest of the Jedi of his era. He's more reminiscent of the way the Order worked in the High Republic era, compared to the Order before their ultimate downfall. We got to see a bit of Qui-Gon as a young Jedi during the Dooku Tales of the Jedi episode, but this story will focus a lot more on his character and what he was like as a Jedi. Even if we don't end up getting flashbacks, with his death being the driving point behind the story, I'm sure we'll learn more about the character through the eyes of the other Jedi. Another point that interests me about this novel is how we'll see the contrast between Mace Windu and Qui-Gon. Assuming we do get flashbacks, we'll be cutting from Qui-Gon helping the Sa'ad clan to Mace Windu helping them, and this is going to be dramatically different. They're drastically different Jedi with different methods and different views of the Force, so cutting back and forth would be a good way to show their differences, but also similarities, and maybe Windu has to adapt and become more like Qui-Gon in order to solve the situation. Let me know if you're excited for this book in the comments below. Remember to like the video, and subscribe for more Star Wars videos, and remember to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you. Always.